What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be hitting a little back and biceps. I thought it'd be good for you guys to see pretty much how somebody in a wheelchair goes through back and biceps workout. Basically today we're doing a pull day, but in other words it'd be back and biceps. We're on the second week of the cut. So right now the cut's been going pretty well, not too bad. But yeah, further ado, let's get into it. So basically the first exercise we're going to be doing is the pull bar. That's usually how I like to start the pull day out when I'm fresh. Just start off with some pull-ups. So as I'm starting out, I like to start out with a warm-up with doing some dead hands. I don't really know what it's called, but like locking your shoulders back and like letting them come forward. Just kind of as a warm-up before I actually start the pull-up. So anyways, you guys are about to see how somebody in a wheelchair does a pull-up. This is how I do it. So anyways, I obviously start by pulling the wheelchair up, and usually like diagonal to the pull-up bar, and then I pretty much just transfer from the wheelchair to the pull-up bar to standing before I start the exercise. But of course you have to keep in mind that I do realize not everybody in a wheelchair is the same. And for people that are not disabled and don't have a wheelchair, at times you think somebody in a wheelchair doesn't have any mobility, and some people have more mobility than others. So everyone in a wheelchair is not the same. So some people in a wheelchair will be able to do this, some will not. There's nothing wrong with that, because there's other exercises that you can do. Some exercises I'm actually gonna show today. You can still get a good workout in, even though you're in a wheelchair. So, never let being in a wheelchair, being disabled, be a excuse to not work out and not try to get a good workout in. So, usually I'm about diagonal to the pull-up bar, so it's usually a little easier for me. This just kind of to show what I do. But anyways, I transfer like this. Take a small step. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually turn around and I'll do it where I'm facing that way, or I'll do it where I'm facing this way. Behind the camera there is a mirror, and sometimes I like to watch myself as I do the pull-up, just to kind of watch my form. But lately I've been doing it the other way, just because there's more room for your chin to kind of pass by the bar. So we're gonna start it facing that way. Sometimes I will progress, and I'll be able to, I think the most I've gotten up to is 1.5 reps, and then all of a sudden I'll just lose it and I'll only be able to do like half a rep. So today we're gonna find out where we are, how many reps we get. Anyways, I'll check back in when we're doing the work inside. just got done with set number 1, and I was watching the video back, and like as I'm coming down, you can see my legs kind of like go to the sides. They kind of not the best. Hard for me to like be able to bend my legs and keep them like neutral as I go through the lift. But that's definitely something I'm gonna try to focus on further reps. But yeah, with that 1 rep, like I get eye level with the bar, but I can't like bring it past my chin. And I think that's just the weakness at the top of the rep. The bottom, I tried to do a 2nd rep, but honestly, I should have just stuck with 1 rep and just really went down slower and just held it at the bottom, and really stretched those lats. But that was the first set. Check back in after the 2nd. All right, guys. So we just finished up the 3 sets of pull-ups. I didn't record the last 2 sets because it's pretty much the same thing, so I didn't really feel a reason for that. Now we're gonna do incline dumbbell rows for the next exercise. So pretty much I'll show you guys how somebody in a wheelchair transfers from the wheelchair to the bench. Pretty much the same thing as transferring to the pull-up bar. I'll let you guys see that, and then I'll let you guys watch the exercise. So yeah, let's get into it. I just watched the first set of the rows back, and wow. You know, recording yourself doing the workouts are so beneficial because you are able to see your form and critique your form and see where you can improve. And on that, my form was not the best, to say the least. I definitely think I need to get like my butt down onto the pad rather than kind of arching over it. So I'm definitely gonna try to work on that, try to maintain that throughout the exercise. Next 2 sets are probably gonna be about the same, so I will check in with you guys for 3rd set. All right, so we're back in the house for our 3rd exercise. And what we're gonna be doing is rear delt flies, but we're actually using bands. This is actually the first time I'm using bands for my rear delt. Earlier this week, I did do my side delt lateral raises with the cables, which was honestly amazing. And whenever I use dumbbells for my side delt or rear delt, whatever exercise I'm doing, I don't really feel my muscle connection. I don't really feel it in my delt. And by using bands, I immediately took it out of the traps and put it into my side delts like crazy. Like the pump was honestly insane. So we're gonna go ahead and try the rear delts, rear delt flies. And I don't know how much weight I'm going to be doing. I did the 20-pound band for my side delts, but I'm gonna start off with 10 for the rear delts, and if it's too easy, I'll move up to 20 pound band. So let's get into it.
Cracks of your cold embrace, so please, please, could you find a way down for me? A little easy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna, I'll be so lonely. If you leave me, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave me, baby, let me down slowly. I know we're long gone. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave me, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave me, baby, let me down slowly. And I can't stop myself from falling. 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 Would you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you leave.
Wow. All I have to say is wow. So using the bands, even though probably I didn't have the best form, but still just using the bands, the pump I got in my rear delts was actually insane. Yeah, definitely not going back to dumbbells on my side delts or my rear delts. Absolutely insane. From now on, I will be using bands. And I would suggest to anyone, if you have bands available or cables, like at a gym, whatever the case may be, use those over dumbbells, because I guarantee, you're probably gonna have a better mind-muscle connection, better pump, everything. But of course, if you love dumbbells, you feel the mind-muscle connection, you can stick with that, but I would just suggest, trying it out. So now we're gonna do our last 3 exercises of the workout. Got bicep curls, dumbbell bicep curls, dumbbell hammer curls, and then we got dumbbell shrugs. So this is my favorite part of the exercise. The back part is just kind of something you have to get through in order to get to this part, but yeah, very excited for it, so let's hop into it. So I just finished 3 sets of bicep curls. I decided to skip the hammer curls, and I forgot to record the shrugs that I just did on my workout. I hope you guys enjoyed this pull day with me, coming along, seeing how somebody in a wheelchair and somebody who's disabled can still work out, still get a good workout in. So if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and drop a like, comment if this inspired you or you just got some information you didn't know about. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.